bringing Israel to the world. This is IBN News.
With News of Israel, I'm Susan Michaels. In comments which are liable to increase Palestinian hostility toward the American peace plan, U.S. Ambassador to Israel David Friedman said the Jewish nation has the right to annex at least some of the West Bank. In an interview published in the New York Times over the weekend, Friedman said, "Under certain circumstances, I think Israel has the right to retain some, but unlikely all, of the West Bank." Palestinian leaders have already rejected the U.S. peace plan before it has even been unveiled, saying the Trump administration is too biased toward Israel. Senior Palestinian official Saeb Erekat has said any policy to retain part of the West Bank would be equivalent to U.S. complicity with Israeli colonial plans. As a protest to the comments of U.S. Ambassador to Israel David Friedman, sources in Gaza say the weekly Friday border protest will be renewed once again. This Friday, Gazans will focus the protest on the statement Friedman made that Israel has a right to annex sections of the West Bank. There were no protests last week as Muslims celebrated the end of Ramadan. Their slogan for this Friday, "No annexing the West Bank, Friedman, shut up." It was reported that senior Palestinian official Hanan Ashrawi said that the PA may submit a complaint to the UN regarding Friedman's statements, stating that he shows an antagonism toward us. This is a statement that you hear from someone who is outside of the law, not someone who is supposed to represent a government. Germany has reaffirmed its support for a two-state solution to the Israeli-Palestinian conflict. At a joint press conference in Amman with his Jordanian counterpart over the weekend, Germany's Foreign Minister Heiko Maas stated, "We are still in agreement that reaching a two-state solution through negotiations is the only solution." Maas and Jordanian Foreign Minister Ayman Safadi met one day after the interview with U.S. Ambassador to Israel David Friedman came out in the New York Times. And the U.S. Embassy in Israel will not be flying the rainbow flag for LGBTQ Pride Month. The ban by the U.S. State Department comes after a new policy was announced last year, saying it would require top-level approval from the State Department's Office of Management to fly the flag. I'm Susan Michaels.
IBN, Israel Broadcast Network.